Yo, yo, yo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A ver. Ey, ey, ey. Ey, ey, ey. Good stuff. Pues, esta vez venimos a controlar. Pedo. A pick a new game. No hay pedo.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello? Anyone here?
Está zoomed in este juego compared to Alan Wake. Espérate, déjame ver algo. Sorry, mama. This is the game that I had seen that. Pues fuck it, más vale. Papeles, papeles. Open, ah, ya la había abierto. Pendejo. Federal Bureau of Control. Reminder. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issue reminder on prohibited materials. No lo debería leer en español mejor porque está en inglés. Ustedes saben leer en inglés. Algunos objetos que no se permiten adentro del Bureau. Incidentes recientes. La meta es difícil. Recent incidents have necessitated an issue reminder on prohibited materials. Nos dijeron que no pueden traer estas cosas. Unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2, pencils. Any object considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept. Example, rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. What would be an iconic representation? Como una Coca-Cola, like that's the iconic of soda, or some shit like that. All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify the supervisor immediately. Oh, hey mate, what's going on? Estaba preguntando que, what do you think is an archetypal, iconic representation of an archetypal concept? Example, rubber ducks and ketchup bottles. Like, como un control de Super Nintendo, because it's too iconic. Está en zoom en este juego, ¿no? Un Nutcracker. Maybe. Like, todo tiene que ser generic. Un generic telephone. Internal lockdown in effect. Building and lockdown effect. Multiple containment breaches detected. Multiple building shifts detected. Head of research override. HRA protocol activated. Unos cigarrillos. Wouldn't those cigarillos not be supposed to be here? Que es como un archetype. Like, an archetype in real life. ¿Qué es? Está zoomed in este game. L3 to sprint. En este game nunca hay nada en el baño. Like, I remember always checking and never finding anything. How do you look at the map? Pues que padre. Like a typical something. Like something too iconic. De aquí vine, ¿verdad? Sí, todo pendejo. Como que that's a typical suitcase. Que nada.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Like, por eso no tienen marca. Crackers, pretzels, pistachios, potato chips. Por eso ya no podían ser Energizer las baterías. No mames, todo redacted. Federal Bureau of Control. Attention all redacted. Redacted. A shark in his. Redacted. Although secure. Redacted. Permission to. Redacted. Following basic protocol. Redacted. Shoot to kill. Redacted. Good luck. A la verga. Like, it's redacted because it's secret. Ah, pues sí. Like, that is why they don't allow that type of items here porque they're the ones that get power o lo que sea porque they're too like you know, since you associate them with a certain thing or lo que sea, pues they gain. I guess como que you put so much consciousness into it or so much thought into it or energy que agarra el poder o algo, or it itself just gets the power from the thresholds o mamá de esas. But see, Federal Bureau of Control. Hello. As you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request the R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, and Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Best, your admin team. R4 reports due soon to executive sector staff. Whatever that means. Se oye bien todo, güey, like the game and me. The game and me.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, you are no helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Did he read my mind? The fuck? Didn't I just come through here? Like, ya no está la hallway para acá. Y se puso spooky la canción. Déjale su... Déjale, voy para acá para que salga el cutscene y me dice si se ve bien o mal. Bien o mal. Está como era este juego. I wish I could delete my mind and play it again.
I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
What did I just pick up? Quién sabe. Expenditure summary, executive sector Q2 or quarter 2, maybe. I don't know. Major staff and surveillance redacted. Data center initiative construction redacted. Minor office equipment janitorial cost redacted. Mold removal HQ livability cost. For cost breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5 for a 5-year comparison. Chart, see page 9. By order of Dr. Zachariah Trench. Compiled by FBC Accounting Department. I do have one on red, but let's see. Allá no. Me pierdo. We went. How'd I come back to the entrance? Went. Me pierdo de verdad. What the fuck? I don't think this happened the first time I played it. ¿Para dónde es entonces? Federal Bureau of Control. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen governmental relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects for our esteemed national infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How'd you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and that they don't need to leave. If their answers seem redacted, escort them to a private room. There, perform the gunner's psychological assessment. If their responses are within acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet. Then redact it immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious. Yeah, it's because it ¿cómo se dice? It like goes in on itself. He said, I said twist and turn. Do you think I should take this elevator?
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Sounds good. Good stuff. Good myself. Puro descontrol. Puro control descontrolado. Story by Sam Lake. El muchacho.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
So then they couldn't have like typical trees y que la era. Me fastidia poquito que en Alan Wake you had to press circle to do stuff y en este es cuadro. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué lo mueven? Federal Bureau of Control. Reminder. I don't know what IE means. Reminder reply. Drafting any public facing material. While pending any notifications of death related to the Willow AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words, phrase to use. In the service of her country. Regret. Proud/pride. Will be remembered. Words/phrases to avoid. Alaska, scissors, blood/bleed, loss, apology/sorry. Willow, altered world event. No, pues qué será. Economy, the retirement issues. The oldest man in the world. We tell ourselves it's okay to be old y que la era. Aquí está cerrado. Aquí no hay nada. Federal Bureau of Control. Barbara. I'm not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day. For the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. La verga. ¿De qué habla? I didn't go this way. Is that stapled? Is that a stapler or an altered item? Don't take office equipment outside of the building. Ay, que la era. Don't read confidential correspondence. It's not just rude, it's illegal. Office rules of conduct. Speak in moderate volume. No personal calls. No food or drink around bureau documents or in the copy room. No using the photocopier for personal objects. Y lo dice algo en chiquito, pero pues no alcanzo a ver. In the 3D printer or the bureau stationery. Wear access badge at all times. No discussing confidential objects out loud. The one to finish the coffee whatever pot makes a new one. Y luego se queda la coffee pot con un chingo de tiempo, porque nadie quiere agarrar, porque nadie se la quiere acabar. ¿Qué se vio? Until somebody's like, pues fuck it, I guess. Let me throw out this old cold coffee a la verga y hacer nuevo, ya que le pelas.
Shit.
Un vato matado. No hay
You want me to
papeles.
pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
Es que alguien le está diciendo a ella, según en la mente. Pick up the weapon. We are broadcasting from the pyramid/other. Only the director can wield. the gun slash sword slash intentionally left blank. Your application will be processed.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Only the director can bind the service weapon and live/die. This is your ritual/challenge. You must choose to be the chosen one.
Oh, look at this place. Where am I?
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well,
literally.
Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, Head of Research, Federal Bureau of Control.
Saca el cohete, todavía no. Bubblegum slash Polaroid. All slash none of the above. These are concepts slash tattoos we see in your minds. The service weapon. We have like the house, prison, you're not okay. Like the house, prison you occupy. Melee damage. Me quita el cohete.
The same gun.
A la verga, pinche triangulote. It's so big, it takes up my whole screen when I look up. Levántala. Control the gun slash house. Control.
Okay.
Control.
Now I have a gun.
Back to the fire. Ahorita que me salga un malo, si no, ¿para qué? Ahora sí. Apúntale bien. The super weapon regenerates automatically when not in use. Claro que no tiene ni un power up ni nada. I'm used to her being able to float and shit. Apúntale bien. Claro que todavía no sabe hacer nada. Not even roll, dodge ni nada. Enemigos. Patos con cohetes. Battles with cohetes. Enemies drop health. Oh, ese pedo. You slash we wield the gun slash you. The board appoints you. Congratulations, director.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
A la verga.
What is that? You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it.
Into his.
You. Oh, thank you. That was.
Le está dando el humo a STD. A la verga.
Get the fuck away!
Better step back or I'll blow your fucking head off. Field research on his entity, his corrupted security guard, confidential. The Bureau has many internal security personnel. The his was quick to take advantage of this fact. His guards used the standard issue bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption, while the armored guards carry pump action shotguns. They have no absurd paranatural abilities, with the exception that certain his guards are protected by a shielding of dense his resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged his corruption? Does the his mature into organic host over time? More data is needed. Does the his mature in organic host over time? Did the his target individuals with combat training? Does the his have that level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks that are best suited to? Combat trained hosts are reserved for combat? These are all questions for later, though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge of the use of their weapons. Refer to file redacted for full report. Compiled by Emily Pope, research specialist, by order of Director Jesse Faden. That's me. Mira, había una que no había leído. Dos. So much is expected from the director. The responsibility, the privilege. Zachariah Trench. Él es el vato que dijo que cancel my meetings porque I don't trust anyone. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. Description, power utility. The object form. A la verga, me asusté. Thanks for liking the stream, new person. And gave me a spook. The object form is variable. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to redacted. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of redacted by its director. The object will determine whether redacted. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the redacted, though the criteria is unknown. The object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis redacted many forms throughout history. Redacted Mjolnir, Excalibur, Barunastra, all weapons that redacted on off their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, redacted. See Dr. Darling's presentation 11.1 for more details. A la verga, pues, whatever all that means. Oh, es que es un like de Facebook. A la verga, se me olvidó que estaba saliendo en Facebook también. La gente de Facebook, saludos. Ya había metido para acá. Para acá, ¿verdad? Sí. Pero ya no. Next to me la jukebox, ¿no? Mírala.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
That can only mean one thing.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
Hotline bling. Quería decir que ya cambiaron la foto. Like, ahora sea de volada. They're so proficient with how they do things in the bureau. Mira nomás lo que andamos buscando, papel. Federal Bureau of Control, agenda items for next executive meeting. Rising cost of AWE response. Updated on mold eradication efforts. Upcoming annual salary review. New supplier of coffee filters to be found and vetted. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time. No mames. I guess, you know, like, that's the stuff they were worrying about antes de que valiera verga. Porque te dan mods o lo que sea. Tamaulipas, Cycler. I'm from Tamaulipas. ¿Cómo se agacha? ¿Sí se agacha, no? Bueno, R3. R3.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention. Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these
Diosito
simple
quiere que
steps.
te ayuden, si no ya valiste.
Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power,
I guess that's not a paper I can pick up.
supervisor via the nearest
Let's work hard. His life is in your hands. Everyone's safety depends on you. Pobre vato. Being a security guard aquí must suck. Avoid modern technology. Synchronicity Research Department. Federal Bureau of Control. Dinner reservations at 7 at Ches Hambre. Es aquí en Rio Grande. Wife will meet you there. Don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at lobby reception. Remember, she's turning 46. Ahí que era. No sé ni para quién es ni nada. Don't let mold hitch a ride. Perform daily body checks for foreign plant matter. Eso es mucho pedo. No hay más papeles. A mí me gusta ver papeles. Unos batidos flotando. Like they're floating and repeating the words. Son como bocinas. Mira que hay un mod. ¿Qué es esto? Ah, no, son materials. I forgot that you need materials to upgrade your weapon y todo eso. Es un pedo. No nomás es poner los chirroques. Es un pedo. Oh, recovery. Nomás tengo un marjo. Federal Bureau of Control confidential for Marshall's eyes only. Marshall, we checked out the suspected AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything, just like the house fire before this and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find better. We need to find better way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things. Or you need to rotate the field's agent for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch. Next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Sincerely, Special Agent Keenum. Keenum and Kel. Central Executive.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Nomás desaparecen. Pobre. De aquí debería salir copyrighted music, pero I muted it. Like, este es el game donde mira que you could mute copyrighted music. They thought of everything. Las Urban Legends que está diciendo hace rato. Examination of paranatural topics. Urban legends. Summary. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain redacted, informed by our own redacted, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven the urban legends can even be artificially redacted in popular culture using redacted. Our Bureau made anthology television program. Be artificially como que ingrained in popular culture using Night Springs. Our Bureau made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on a redacted, a pair of scissors that consume human redacted through two punctures on the redacted. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they're paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 4-93-6942 for full report. Compiled by Paula Bronte and Lorenzo Dune. I had seen that name before en otro. Quién sabe cuál. Researchers by order of Emily Pope, research specialist. ¿Quién sabe cuál sería? Me hacen falta los skills que tiene la ruca que guarda y que la chingada. Los assets son
Cleanse control points. An enemy.
loadouts.
Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
Se hace rojo. Ay, era rojo, se hace blue.
Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's
Thomas
mutual.
Sane.
Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie?
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow, this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Pushed the hiss out.
Examination of paranatural topics. Control point. Summary. Control points are locations that the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the older house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in the Mandela arrangement, in the redacted arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by redacted detection of an unobstructed ping using the redacted within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures or redacted or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole. But testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be controlled. Refer to 725-270-88 for full report. Compiled by Paul Bronte and Lorenzo Dunn by order of Emily Pope. Vance, the His Corrupted Agent, Executive Central Office. No se puede.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed.
Field research of his entity, His Corrupted Agent. Confidential. Summary. The hiss manifests in human hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in the many corrupted agents floating throughout the Bureau. The hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most notable distinction from an unaffected human is the fact that they levitate. These hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in vocalizing that strange incantation ad infinitum. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the His corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters. Or are they cocoons, preparing to enter their next stage of evolution? When attacked, His agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation into a purely resonant form? Research is ongoing. Refer to file redacted for a full report.
Too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Pobre Ruka.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it. Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench? The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the Hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the Hiss destroy it all.
Pues hubiera llegado under different circumstances. Nomás lo hubieran encarcelado. Like if it hadn't gone to shit already.
Look, I know this is all new. The hotline should be in the communications department.
Oh, chingo de cosas. Después.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Oh shit. The only person you should fail is yourself. Aquí está la foto de los I wonder why that one has a towel. Yeah, that's where I go. That's where mine go. Mangos. Pues que me vendes. Me vendes mangoes. Outfits. This way.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Dice puras cosas bien locas. Ese pobre señor lo mataron. Sí, cálmese. Mover papeles para acá. Week 83 report summary. Visited the following Nevada accommodations: Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel, In and Out, Aztec Court, Sleepy Bear Motel, Silver Spurs Ranch, El Gato Blanco Inn, A Plus Lodge. Expenditures: accommodation $831.29, meal $714. Oh, pues que comían a la verga. Gasoline $2.95. Minibar $313. I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state. But hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Rowley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road. Agent L. Hines. The boys in research that performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. Ahí que ver. Me asusté, ¿qué es eso? Flowing towards me.
overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. With you on that.
Habana AWE-48 or AWE-48. Event summary: an auditory event occurred at the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the majority of diplomatic staff stationed there. Redacted number of deaths were reported, and the outgoing information has been managed. Event response: Bureau agents arrived at the embassy on the same day as the event was reported through the federal channels, but were too late to witness the AWE, which is reported to have been redacted. Staff experienced sudden intense vibrations and noise, accompanied by an intense pressure in the ears. This lasted for a redacted amount of minutes. No visual phenomena was witnessed. The scene was cordoned off, and the embassy staff were transported to the continental U.S. After Formula I.9 was recited in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate. Identifying it as an altered item, the item was contained and brought to the Bureau for examination. See case file A185 or AI85 for details. There's a snake in my boot. The His resonance shield is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. His barriers appear as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. Two methods have been discovered for lowering them. Destroy the multiple concentrated resonance sources found in the vicinity. Destroy the His entities in the area. The resonance field seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected sources of His resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Does an inactive structure made of His resonance qualify as conscious being? Does the distinction make any difference when considering the His? What does the very act of building walls to prevent our movement tell us about the His? To what degree is it watching and planning? Refer to file redacted for full report. Papaya, no sé si hayamos más papel. Federal Bureau of Control. Please be aware, due to recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, this area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Reference chart: green, stable; yellow, low possibility of unanticipated building shifts; orange, high likelihood of unanticipated building shifts; red, frequent anticipated building shifts. No sé qué es eso. Ay, dead letters written on black paper. They never found ¿Dónde es? Ya me he perdido, ok, si es para allá. Ahorita. Fuck it. Dead letters. I had a dream. Dead letters are letters that como que they get them at the post office and they don't have like a return address and they don't really have anywhere to go either, so they're dead letters. Like they're not going anywhere. Son basura. Like I don't know what the post office does with it, but that's what they're called. I had a dream and I built the thing I saw in my dream, a machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the ones anyone knows, a new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and the coils from my toaster and the fans plus the timing belt from my car's engine and the wheels from my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. This is just a beginner's body, like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use the dialing plate on God. I feel like, no sé, pinche nomás. ¿Para qué quiero un dialing plate? Like, ¿está oscuro para acá? Compa. Mr. Governor, I called the police, but they never came to my house. I got a problem and you got to send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of them singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got the devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs. There's lots of curse words. The devil got in my house because of the fish, and you got to come handle it. My wife is real upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. No mames. Federal Bureau of Control. Greetings, Director Cringe. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letter Archive. Cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search for any connections or related topics found among the letters. Aside from the more functional purposes, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with paranatural world. The letters come to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is the perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. P. Bartwell. So that's what the post offices do with them. Se los mandan a la bureau, and then they spend our tax money, read them, like hours of paid work Nomás leyendo letters. Pendejas. Por eso no componen la calle. Hay que leer. Reload. Balaseado. Los vatos. Samiti. Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom. Ahí creo. Family Man. Los evos de pinche Twitch están bien raros. Like, it doesn't mean Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom significa otra cosa. Muchas oficinitas a las que me quiero meter a checar que hay. Aquí está cerrado. Aquí también. Let me reload. Eso se oye bien. Reload efficiency. ¿Dónde está? Control points. Quite la máscara. Ya menos si me mataban por pendeja. Máscara, güey.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Un floppy disk from when they were actually floppy.
communications. We're on the right track.
Todavía no. Aquí para acá. De cabina. Carabine. Abrirán las puertas. Oops. Object of power. Hello, avid readers. The Bureau Book Bunch will convene at the usual spot in the corner table of cafeteria at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone should get their reviews to me by Monday before lunch so I can generate some conversation starters before the meeting. Happy reading, Penny Bartwell. No mames, señora. Me dijeron que no usar la printer para sus mamás. A verga.
Hey, Meg! What's wrong?
My mom's dead.
I'm so sorry, Meg! What happened?
I don't know. They blacked it out.
Ahorita.
It's like the director says, confidential and children don't start with C.
The director's a puppet. A dirty, rotten, fat person.
Dad says my mama went missing in action. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Telfer. We'll find your mama together.
Qué pedo. Huesos. They're trying to read people's reviews using the company printer. Like bien larga, ¿no? Pues, imagine being in a book club, como que let's read this book, y la lampa que hueva, ese no. Harry Potter, la verga. Pinche Thomas Shane's book. Hay que leer el que yo parado para que veas. To whom it may concern, I am being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirit guides, giving me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying I need to fix America, but I can't really understand him. They all have a lot of opinions. Please tell me I'm imagining it. People tell me I'm imagining it, but Theodore Roosevelt showed me how to fix my lawnmower, and I don't know a thing about lawnmowers. Explain that. I have great dead men telling me about the past and the present. If you'd like to use my abilities to help run the government, please let me know. I know the White House could use me. Yours in earnest, James Bartholomew. Hey, Claire. Pinche gente loca. Pinche video loco también. It's for kids. Like, what the fuck? Now we can go to communications. Welcome to the comms department. We are here to help. Sangre. A la verga. ¿Por qué lo avientas? Pues ¿qué tienes? ¿Por qué lo avientas? It's okay. Object of power, okay. Book Club Samson. Book Club Notes for Penny by L. Samson. So, I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The title, Unless You, could refer to a bunch of things in the book. I guess, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way characters kept throwing it around almost like a catchphrase got real annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the Fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech and their motives made most sense to me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers and guns, space hippies, or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. The scene where they invade City Planet and convert the entire population using those brainworms, and that space dogfight between those two ace pilots, sign me the fuck up. What kind of page 205? No mames. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. This death didn't feel necessary at all.
Object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Floppy disk / nuke can be bound. To gain the launch telekinesis, teach us to believe, director.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
slash line the cube into the whole slot to advance the score. What cube? What are you talking about? Aviéntale cubes a tu madre. Ay, qué verga. The copy's face. Astral plane slash secret base. You must stop slash mute them in director. The floppy disk is now bound slash delivered. Floppy disk, his slash antagonist, is seeking our astral plane.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight it. Tengo puertillas que no se abren todavía. He's demolition expert. Summary. The Bureau only allows certain highly trained individuals to handle volatile materials and weaponry. Our demolition experts are instructed in the use of explosive in dimensions within distinct physical laws, making them important assets of engineering work as well as combat situations. His demolition experts are the only of Sir His variations to wield the specialty-built rocket-propelled grenade that is designed to identify and track redacted enemies once fired, making them a threat whose determination should be prioritized in combat scenarios. I find it remarkable that his restrict usage for this weapon to the Bureau personnel who trained specifically for its use. What does this tell us about its behavior? Can it not pass along new information to corrupted entities? Still too many unknowns. Refer to file redacted for full report. Why would it be redacted si soy la pinche director? Yes, Ranger. The Rangers are the Bureau's well-trained and well-armed expeditionary forces. His corrupted counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to corruption, Rangers were trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during AWE response or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, assault rifles, and automatic shotguns. His Rangers utilize these weapons as well as the advanced tactics taught by Bureau instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. His Rangers
have no observed paranormal abilities beyond some being protected by shielding or dense his resonance capable of stopping bullets. Considering the advanced training the his rangers are capable of applying to their situation, it is feasible to consider the human mind still remains intact for some degree. Or is the his able to tap into this combat training and utilize it? Further observation is required.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Okay, aquí, why is this room so secret? No había nada. Ay, sí, realistic. Federal Bureau of Control, re-information. Campaign summary of Willow AWE. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public much less likely to redacted. So, another AWE behind us, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring, redacted, and redacted for any off-message opinions. But it's looking like we're in the clear. Tomasi out. Nunca se cayó. That's the point. That's the point of them.
Locked. Maybe there's a key nearby.
Same control points. Clearance level 1. Qué padre.
This must open
Que luego la IE.
the door.
Ahorita. Hay que ver qué pedo. La madre. Está oscuro. Upstairs. Nunca se acabó para dónde poder explorar. Intensa. Oh, mira. Ajá, hija. Me gusta más. Es que no me gusta que no tenga subtitles.
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan, tells his story. Quincy. Thanks. This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's SuspiciaCon. I was in room 47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below them. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room. There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back. Listening to America.
Floppy disk, OOP5KE. Containment procedure must be contained in a cell with no other loose material. Description: Para utility. The object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically lift material and throw it a short distance. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.15 for For more information, the object is currently bound to redacted for research purposes. Background: stolen from Soviet military base located and redacted by agents redacted and redacted with the CIA. The diskette contained launch codes to redacted missiles believed to be reserved for use against redacted. After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware at members of the decoding team. An informant in the CIA tipped off the Bureau. I tipped the Bureau off, and it was requisitioned by agents that the next day.
America overnight, mystifying the airways for more than 29 years.
Ya makes sense, pues sí, ya lo había visto una vez. Mira qué brillosa está esa puerta. Brillosa. Ajá, no va a jalar. Pinches copyrighted songs. Y agarrarle arriba. Ya vi para abajo. Ok, aquí. A la verga. A la verga. Good stuff. Mira nomás. Federal Bureau of Control. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all of the sectors by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled, not handheld. They can only be lifted via directional override and maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal. Nothing in or out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach, based on some complicated system that security and research slap together. It can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, and B, a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. This process is not the same as directorial override. So stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell. I've told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understand how this mess all works, okay? H. Marshall. Aquí, marihuanos. Yo creo. Ok, eso está bien loco. And I can't go in there porque me muero, so goodbye. Now let's go to where they told me to go from the beginning. Ah, pinche vatos estos. I hate this guys.
They can fly now. Great.
Ponen de game tan duro los vatos. El vato es como así himself. ¿Por qué me pega a ti? Por un mes. ¿Eso olió chingos? I remember if my health come back. Ay, me atoré en la pinche pared. En la pinche pared. Use your sprint, but don't get stuck in the wall. I hope I already have all the stuff that I picked up ahorita, porque si no me voy a agüitar. Digo que sí. It was even already open.
Fly now. Great.
Au. Necesito hydran en la cara. Nunca salieron los regular enemies para que me den vida. Ah, no mames. Pendejo. Like I saw him with the corner of my eye, and it was too late. Too late. Too cool for school. Ándale, ándale, ándale. Ahora sí, ahora sí. Ya sé, ya sé. Ah, no puedo hacer skip.
They can fly now. Great.
Ya me andaba haciendo dodge como en Alan Wake. Allá había un papel. Yo lo quiero agarrar. Tea time. Hey Malcolm, Yes, tea time is at 7. I'll see you at the course on Sunday morning. By the way, have you heard about this Tennyson report? Apparently, there's a bunch of copies drifting around the office. French is looking to get his hands on any information about who wrote it. You wouldn't happen to have heard anything about that, would you? See you Sunday, Jim. About what? Tennyson report. Chingo de vida. Ah, te mamaste. Ah, te bañaste. Nomás explotó. Nathan explosion. Ándale, ándale. Let's do it, let's do it. No vale verga nomás tener la pistolía.
They can fly now. Great.
Como quiera me pudo haber pegado. Corre, pendeja. No se puede pegar con psychic attacks, el vato se mueve. Dang fast. Y aparte se quita la chingada. Pues no sé, según yo sí me oigo. Yo. Ahorita checo. Necesito matar a este perro. La última vez que le movía el volumen at the same time as this, y la vez ya me no ahorita after I can't do it at the same time. Ahora sea. Ahora sí, yo no me voy a dejar que me balacen. Pues whatever that means.
I have a feeling he'll be back. Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
Ey. Pues ahora sí a huevo se va a ir porque ya se cayó todo, pero ahorita vemos cuando haya más action. Le bajé chingos al game. Ah, ¿sabes lo que voy a hacer? Actually, I forgot. Music volume está bien. Voice volume, bajarle chingos. Como que hasta 35. That should fix it. Ahí está, yo creo. Ya no tiene que estar tan recio. Pero la voz es sí. Las voces de ellos, whenever they talk, sí se debe de oír. Hopefully, pues sí jala. Maybe. No hay papeles. Ay, pues a ver. Chingo de ruidazo. Bueno, fuck it. Fue que corrió el vato. Butte, AWE-17. Event summary: a spate of disappearances was traced to a home in the city of Butte, where Bureau agents discovered a translocated light switch cord. Nambeta en recio mi voz. Hasta la quisiera bajar. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at redacted, which had been connected to a total of redacted number of disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house, redacted, days later, found in a sealed room by the rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light switch cord in the Butte's home closet disappeared during this. The light switch cord in the Butte's home closet disappeared during this incident. ¿Por qué? His elevated agents display abilities similar to telekinetic competencies observed in Bureau para-utilitarians. Some prefer to charge their targets while others launch objects at them. Telekinetic attacks have been ineffective against the His elevated due to their own talent in the area. They do not use any weaponry except their own paranatural capabilities. Some His elevated have been seen levitating while strapped into chairs. This is likely the result of individuals being corrupted while undergoing cognitive recording in parapsychology. How are they able to use paranatural abilities? It is possible that these individuals were bound to objects of power prior to corruption. It's also worth considering that his resonance can identify and express latent paranatural ability in the individuals that corrupts. Refer to file redacted for full report. A la verga. Ayano Aishi. Ayano Aishi. Te mamaste. That's a great name. Thanks for the follow. Gracias por seguirme. Ahí, aquí. Y allá no. Pero aquí sí.
Alberto.
Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. Alberto Tomasi.
Tomasi, head of comms. The hiss got him.
All right, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an altered item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this? The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S.
The hotline can't be far now.
Eso está hablando de lo de Havana, de lo de este pedo. ¿Quieren verlo? ¿Quieren verlo? An oratory event occurred at the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the majority of diplomatic staff there. Era algo que los estaba mandando a la verga. O algo así. Hotline chamber. It can only mean one thing. Butane supplement. According to the testimony, agents had been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino, and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. File MOT-01. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearances of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, redacted amount of light cords have been found in the oldest house, located in the redacted and redacted sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel, though how exactly this thing operates is redacted. But initial hypotheses center on the Butte AWE as a redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 24.3 for more details. No, por redacted. Hotline security log. All visitors must check in. Director Trench. Bill Everett. Mike Leonard. Director Trench. Bill Everett. Director Trench. No más. Carol Bishop was the last one. Mouse 1111.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. dream logic. The light switch cord. The door marked with the black pyramid.
Notice Ocean View Motel and Casino Entry Point. Catalyst, light switch. The law of 3 applies. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa. Have we been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country. On the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them. Like something recognized from a dream.
I wonder what all these other doors are. Like, it's the light control. Like, that's the oldest house. It's the Alan Wake. Spoiler. Y estas otras 3, 4 puertas, quién sabe. We'll never know. Maybe. Quiero leer los posters. The America, welcome to Montana. Washington, American Airlines. Ismo. Ranger Naturalist Service Headquarters, Loomis National. At Manzanita Lake. Lectures, mics, motor caravans, campfire programs. Information, season late June to mid-September. Lassen Volcanic National Park, U.S. Department of the Interior, National Park Service. The America. Texas, Brainies, International Airways. Ooh. Nevada State of Freedom.
Hello? Anyone here?
Abrir esta puerta. ¿No? ¿Me pico 3 veces o qué? Ahí están las llaves.
The key has a black pyramid on it.
I wonder qué hay para afuera. Es un painting de ella misma para ahí. 2, 3, 3. The hotline / seashell is the transmitter / bridge. Directors can call the board / long distance. Ya cuando se matan, veo. ¿Verdad que no? well done / dial director. You can contact us in the hotline collective manual. We expect compulsive no sé qué chingo de mamadas.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
Puras cosas locas.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
Sangrita.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well.
Ah, eso no. Ah, con la hotline puedes ver todo esto. Fuck. Después. Hotline. Containment procedure. Object should be inaccessible for use except to the director. Description. Para-utility. Object is a 1960s era red backlight telephone. The rotary dial has been replaced with a black knob of unknown purpose. The phone weighs redacted. The object allows the director to communicate with the board. If used by anyone other than the director, the object will cause lethal redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation on 11.6 for more information. The object is currently bound to Director Trench. Background. The object spontaneously manifested in the director's office, placed on the desk. Director Northmoor was the first known Bureau agent to use it. A battery of tests were run on the object, including redacted and redacted, but its origin remains unknown. Multimedia. Online.
Ring, ring. It's Dr. Darling calling. In 1978, a comms department intern heard the hotline ring and picked it up, going against every safety protocol in the manual. She never recovered. And the handful of witnesses required extensive memory repression therapy. It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well. Our very own Ouija board. Only the director can answer it safely, and what he hears is kept classified.
La verga. Todo esto ya.
Listen to him. He feels more like an echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily.
Pero entonces esto que hice aquí son puras cosas nuevas.
It took us a long time to learn how to stabilize the control points, the ley lines, the meridians of the oldest house. Darling found a way to soothe this beast. We discovered we must cleanse control points of all interference. It's my duty as the director, like Northmoor before me. I couldn't manage it in my own house, at my home. I'll damn well do it here. Without the control points, the oldest house would swallow us alive. We'd be sealed inside an endless labyrinth. No one would hear our screams. If an enemy ever managed to corrupt the control points, it'd be over fast, spreading like a cancer. leaping over the fire breaks like a crown fire. They are the weak point. Darling's right about that. He's wrong about everything else. Dangerously wrong. Suspiciously wrong. Has he been compromised?
La verga.
I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing.
That can only mean one thing.
I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. A traitor in our midst. A conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with. The lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a brain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline.
A la verga. That can only mean one thing. As previously stated.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. They have proven themselves.
Oh shit,
Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. So I followed my own orders. Northmore hated my guts for that. But things change when you become director. You suddenly see this dark void for the horror show it truly is, filled with screaming fear we pretend to control. Sand leaks through my fingers. The roses I pruned in the garden back when I still had a family, all dead. Heat escapes my body. My thoughts are scattered. The universe keeps expanding. I can't keep up with it alone. When I forget that, things go wrong. And my team has to pick up the pieces. Damage control. To help me get out of my mess.
Control. Bueno, después juego las otras porque my phone has low battery.
People react
Digo, my control.
strongly when I tell them about you.
Pinche costumbre.
Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
Ahí que me viene a dar la vuelta todo hasta acá. To all executive staff, I know there is some concern regarding our operations exceeding the annual budget. So long as we operate within the oldest house, we are obscured from scrutiny in many respects. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be granted by the U.S. Treasury without question. The FPC is just another line in another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Our eyes will skip over us as if we weren't even there. The nature of the oldest house allows us certain freedoms in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Regards, Takara Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. I feel like the first time I played this, me tardé un putazo para llegar aquí otra vez. Like I feel like I'm speed running. Lo voy a hacer save aquí y aquí lo voy a dejar porque se me está acabando la batería del teléfono, digo del control a la chingada. Y no tengo el cargador aquí cerquitas. I won't be able to charge and play it. So fuck it. Control. Mi control se le está cagando la batería. Therefore, we must play control at some other time. And shit. So, aquí la dejamos for tonight. Bracita. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for ahí ya no y ahí she for the follow. And thanks for sticking around todos. Pues qué casualidad que se le acabó el control cuando estaba jugando control. Que la verga. Pues sí, I didn't put my phone, my control to charge. Control. Pero sí, ahí nos estamos viendo mañana or something. Everybody have a good night and take it easy and sleep tight. And remember to not lose control. Ay, que la verga. Adiós. Bye. Bueno, take it easy.